In SketchUp, so we need to have the same layer structure that we had in AutoCAD set up also in SketchUp. On your systems, you'll have a layer structure already set up in the templates. On the training computers, we don't have them, so I can show you where to find them when you lose them on your system. To load the template for SketchUp, you go to File, Open, and those live also on the G drive. So anything to do with templates, it lives on the G drive. That's going to be under SketchUp, Templates, SCB, ACI, MSO. And then if I go to the Window menu, and then Layers, you'll see the same AutoCAD layers preloaded into the SketchUp file. What you don't want to do is go in and apply materials in your SketchUp models based on the layer. You want to paint the materials on. So if I select this object, right-click and make its layer to be, I don't know, 21, and then I'm going to make this object's layer be, I don't know, 43. And then in the SketchUp Layer Manager, in Color by Layer, I want to paint the materials on. Because if I go here and I change my layer to have a material by layer versus a color, what happens is, if I use texture map, what happens is now my material layer color, or my layer color, becomes part of that material that I pick. And we know that 3ds Max is picking up on this ACI color, right? So we have to match the RGB exactly to that ACI color, otherwise the translation doesn't happen. So we definitely don't want to mess with these things. But you always want to make sure that you're just painting the materials on. Right? Because that doesn't change my layer color, and I can still color by layer, and I can still look at my material assignments as well. So I have two things acting for two different purposes. One is for a better quality rendering at a later point in time. The second is just to do quick material studies and geometry and massing studies in the SketchUp file. Right? And we see the same layer assignments here. I have my glass loaded. I have a different panel color loaded. All objects exist as they are. Right? You have component layers. So if I double click, right, I see that this object is on layer 173, but the full object as a nested block is on the 0, no plot layer. To export it, I go to File, Export, 3D Model, Options in SketchUp. There's the Options folder. And it brings up a window. So the only thing I want to export is faces and my AutoCAD 2007 drawing. And I click OK. And I already have it saved out on the O drive. You would then save it out somewhere, wherever it be, in your project folder. In 3ds Max, if I go to the References, File Link Manager, and I go to the O drive, I'm going to toggle to the SketchUp workflow, and there should be a SketchUp to 3ds Max. So this was exported from that SketchUp model. I click on Open, and then I remember to set my preset to one object cap, so it's the same for AutoCAD models as it is for SketchUp models. And I click Attach this file. I should see my model in place. I go to my Systems bar. I select the AutoCAD MSO script, and I click Apply. I hit M on the keyboard for materials. I select the second editor window, and eyedropper the model to make sure I have a container. And then after that, you have a white model. Today's objective is just to create white models with proper lighting. And there we go.